So people have been asking me to make a video about how I make money in this game for a while, and I finally had time. So basically how I make money is I roll rings and I sell them. I basically buy a silver ruber re-roll a ring, which right now can cost you 11,000 to 12,000 gold. Then I buy some silver flux, which is right now going for about 220 gold each. And throughout this process, I use maxed out rolling rings, which are 9 trinket, 9 gem effect. I've got two of them, so it's the most that you can get in game, which is 1818. And now, as of this newest trinket change patch, I've really noticed the rings. Before it was kind of random. Now, though, the rings actually make a huge difference. As you're going to see in this video, I'm just rolling crazy scats and selling them. So we're walking over to the trinket vendor right now, where we're going to roll this first ring and see what we get. So as you're gonna see, I have some weird stuff that I do when I roll rings, but it's always worked for me. So I keep doing it. I take my rings on and off to make sure that they're actually working, and then I like to move the ring that I'm re-rolling and the flux around in my inventory non-stop. It's Star Vault, you never know, but it's just what I do. I've always done it, and it's always worked. So you don't have to follow what I do, but I like to move stuff around. So you can see I'm just re-rolling this ring right now, kind of seeing what scats I can get. And half of these really aren't terrible with the new system. Like, they have decent scats. Someone could roll a ring once and be happy with it, but we're trying to make money here. So there's certain things I'm looking for. I don't really like messing with anything that's less than 10% damage. So I'm looking for a one type of 10% damage and some HP or some raw strength or double damage, triple damage with at least one of them being over 10%. So that's kind of what I'm looking for here. Um, there's other stuff like mage rings that you can look for, 11 mana, 10 HP with raw int, stuff like that. People will buy. You can always usually make a profit on that, but we're looking for the really good stuff because we don't want to just make 500 gold. Every time I roll, I'm trying to make at least a couple thousand. So the next roll that we get is an 11% slash 10% blunt. If you know anything about this game, everybody is looking for slash blunt rings because you can use them with almost every weapon. They're amazing. So we get an 1110, which is just 1% off of max. So at this point, I knew we had massive profit. So we're going to close it up and go list it. Here you can see my table that basically tells you how much I spent on a ring, how much each flux was, how much I used of that flux, broker fee, total, how much it cost me total, how much I sold it for, and how much profit I made. Keep in mind, this varies, right? Because flux is always going up and down, and how much flux I'm going to use, we don't know. I always try to buy 20, and then do I use all of that 20? Sometimes, sometimes not, right? So I can always resell the flux that I didn't use or use it for my next rolls. So we sold that ring, made a bunch of gold, and we're just doing it again. So buying another re-roller, buying another 20 flux, and going to see if we can make even more money. So same thing here. Basically, we're rolling, and then we hit another jackpot, which is 10 slash, 17 stamina, and 9 blunt. Very similar to the one that we just sold, but since it's not 2 over 10%, it's not an 11-10, but it's a 10-9 with some stamina. I still know this is going to bend some profit. So we stop, and we'll see how much I sell it for. So after everything, we see that we sold it for 25K on the market. We made 11,600 after flux, broker fees, how much I spent on a ring, all that. It's pretty good. 11,600 for just rolling rings. This is the last one for the video. So same thing that you've been seeing in every single one of my videos, right? I buy the re-roller, let it be 11,000, 12,000 gold, and then I buy anywhere from 10 to 20 flux. In this video, I had rolled before and I didn't record it, but I went through 14, I think it was, flux, and I didn't hit anything. So this time I ended up just buying two, and I ended up adding the price for all 15 that I used, but I only bought two this time because I just wanted to roll. I just had that lucky feeling. So one more thing that I just want to add in there is I've really noticed a difference from rolling rings before, which I always did to make money, and now with the new trinket changes, I've tried rolling without art rare trinket or whatever it's called, trinket effect and rare trinket gem luck, and they were all just bad. I had like one good roll in 20, and as soon as I put the 18/18s on, I started rolling these crazy rings, and I'm already up like 40, 50k gold in a week. So I would invest in these. If you don't have them, I would definitely buy some if you're gonna roll rings. So once again, we get super lucky. Like our first roll out of this, even though it was the 15th roll, we still get a 10 slash 9 blunt, which we sell for 25k, just like the one before that, and we got a profit of 9,000 gold. So if you add it all up, it's a lot of gold that we made just for rolling rings. So any of you hopefully that see this want to do something like this, you can always ask me questions. I always price check stuff for people, and I know my prices. Everything that you've seen here, all three of these rings that I've sold, have been within a week. There's no waiting a month for it to sell. It's all been within a week, so the money comes fast and it's good. So yeah, look for my next video, and hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit.